This land has always meant something. Today it's a golf course, but just beyond the trees is a reminder of a much earlier story, one of faith, perseverance, and a man who helped shape this region. This is where Father Barriga built his first church, a simple place of worship that stood at the very beginning of his mission here. Today, a historic marker at the entrance tells that story. On this site, on May 15, 1832, the Reverend Frederick Barriga, then a young Catholic missionary to the Indians, established and blessed his first church. A small building of logs and bark, it was built with the willing help of the Indians and dedicated to the honor of God under the name and patronage of His Virginal Mother Mary.
The forest is a teacher, the river is a guide. In their silence, the Indians hear the voice of God. I love the Indians. I'm ready to spend my life for them. I will remain with my dear Indians as long as God gives me strength.
Until his death in 1868, Father Barriga labored selflessly in an area from Minnesota to Sault Ste. Marie, from Grand Rapids to Eagle Harbor. We are meeting our old friend Winch Diller, who is a lifelong resident of this area. Winch will take us on a guided tour of this shrine.
Great place to make a stop, whether you're by yourself or with the family, is out here on Indian Lake and at the Bishop Barriga Shrine. Now, Winch, you can tell us a little bit about this area and what is it exactly?
Well, it's a small piece of property that was donated to the city years ago, and they've steadily improved on it. This is the site of Bishop Barriga's first church in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Back in 1832.
Wow.
He landed here. There's a tribe of Chippewa Indians that lived here, and this is where they set up his first church.
Okay, first church. Now he's actually traveled all over the upper Midwest here.
Yep.
Through Minnesota, Wisconsin, all through upper Michigan, but this is the first church. That kind of surprised me.
Well, he started on Beaver Island and just kept steadily moving north.
Frederick Barriga was called the Apostles of the Ottawas and the Chippewas. Barriga was born and trained in Europe. He arrived to begin his work here on December 31st, 1830. During his lifetime, Barriga founded many missions in northern Michigan. The original Indian Lake Mission was built in anticipation of his first visit to the area in May of 1832. The chapel, built by local Chippewas, used traditional Indian construction methods and materials such as logs and bark. Based on historical information, the Indian Lake Mission was rebuilt in the early 1980s on the original mission site. In 1984, a grotto was constructed in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary. A 30-foot copper cross reaches high into the sky as the latest addition to the shrine. The site contains an Indian burial ground which contains the remains of Chief Ashwinamaki, his son, and other tribal members. The burial ground was built near the water facing the west, and a path from the water's edge was always kept clear. Upon the death of an Indian, the body was wrapped in a very heavy birch bark, tied with basswood cord, and then placed in a shallow grave over which was placed the spirit house. The houses varied in size and shape. A totem stick identified the deceased and gave any passerby pertinent information about the person. Because it was believed that the 4-day journey to the land of Panema was filled with peace and plenty, significant food and drink were placed in the spirit house, along with the body of the deceased person's dog or some other friendly animal. This is a very sacred and solemn place to the Native Americans, so when you visit, please show respect and stay at the perimeter and admire it from afar. The trees surround this place along with the sands of Indian Lake, and if you're quiet when the breeze blows, you will hear the spirits thanking you for your reverence.